Welcome to WYSC, where we give you a quick peek at the day's top stories. I'm Julia Manchester, in for Jamal Simmons. On today's show, the Democratic 2020 field just got a little bigger again. The House kicked off its public impeachment inquiry, and we have an update or two. Turkey's president came to Washington, and this is why you should care. Former Massachusetts Governor Deval Patrick joins the already crowded 2020 Democratic presidential field. He officially announced his late entry earlier today.
I am today announcing my candidacy for President of the United States. Come be a part of this. We will build as we climb. To welcome other teachers and learners, other seekers of a better way and builders of a better future. This won't be easy, and it shouldn't be. But I'm placing my faith in the people who feel left out and left back, who just want a fair shot at a better future, not built by somebody better than you, not built for you, but built with you. Now let's get started.
The announcement comes just in time to register before the New Hampshire primary deadline on Friday. But there's no doubt Patrick has some catching up to do. Most Democrats have gone through months of campaigning, fundraising, and debates. Here's why you should care. While former Vice President Joe Biden has been the frontrunner in the 2020 horse race, he's been fading in the polls recently and running out of campaign cash. All this while progressives of the party, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, continue to make a strong standing in the race. And centrist Pete Buttigieg has seen a recent spike in the polls as well. Patrick's entry reveals some of the uncertainty moderate Democrats feel about their choices among the candidates already in the field.
We seem to be migrating to, on the one camp, sort of nostalgia. Let's just get rid, if you will, of the incumbent president, and we can go back to doing what we used to do. Or, it's our way, our big idea, or no way.
The first public impeachment hearings have begun, and two career diplomats were the first to testify. Acting Ambassador to the Ukraine William Taylor and Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs George Kent. Democrats were not expecting any new ground to be broken since the two testified behind closed doors for hours last month. But then came a twist. During his testimony, Taylor revealed that a member of his staff overheard a July 26th phone call between Trump and U.S. Ambassador Gordon Sondland. This was a day after the now infamous July 25th call that the whistleblower reported. On that second phone call, Trump asked, quote, about investigations, to which Sondland replied, quote, the Ukrainians were ready to move forward. Following the call, Taylor's staffer asked Ambassador Sondland what President Trump thought of Ukraine. Sondland said President Trump cares more about the investigations with Biden. So why should you care? The new development about the July 26th phone call gives Democrats new ammunition that Trump attorney Rudy Giuliani may have pressed foreign leaders to investigate his 2020 political rivals. Republicans dismissed the new information as the secondhand account from a witness whose first testimony they'd already rejected. Adding salt to the impeachment inquiry injuries are recent reports that President Trump has been threatening to fire White House Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney, in part for admitting there was a quid pro quo with Ukraine. With the first public hearing on impeachment sucking up all of the oxygen in Washington this week, there's other news out there. President Trump welcomed Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan at the White House yesterday. It was their first face-to-face meeting since Turkey invaded northeastern Syria and attacked the Kurds. The Kurds have been a close ally of the United States in the fight against ISIS. Tensions between the two countries grew a little tense at the onset of the invasion, but Trump signaled it would be different following their meeting.
We have a great relationship with the Kurds. By the way, I think the president, he may have some factions within the Kurds, but I think the president has a great relationship with the Kurds. Many Kurds live currently in Turkey, and they're happy and they're taken care of.
Erdogan seconded Trump's comment, saying Turkey doesn't have a problem with the Kurds, but rather terror organizations. He doubled down on his ongoing efforts to root it out. The two leaders also talked about trade, and according to the president, trade will be expanding. 5 Republican senators were also invited to meet with Erdogan. So why should you care? According to reports during the meeting, Erdogan played a propaganda video on an iPad that made it seem as though the Kurds were terrorists, which seemed to be at odds with the two leaders' press conference following the meeting. Sources familiar with the gathering said the move did not play well with the GOP lawmakers. Erdogan's visit comes as he's trying to avoid Turkey getting sanctioned for purchasing a missile defense system from Russia.
Thanks for watching Hill TV on YouTube. Be sure to click subscribe and hit the bell so you know when we post new videos. And head to thehill.com for all the latest political news.